Hey everybody, this your boy Brandon Pops Griffin, and I'm here with 2 out of my 4 guys. To my left, as always, Menace Red.
We back.
And to my right is my man Ricky Bobby.
Yo.
And you know what it is? It's Babyface Hills. We here. We have just come off of WrestleMania 39. It is explosive. Fireworks all weekend long. Hollywood, baby. The bright lights, baby. All right, though, before we get into all that, my man, Ricky Bobby, let them know what they need to do.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time we drop.
Every single time we drop. As you know, there was a lot going on. LA's favorite son, Snoop Dogg, was in the house. Miz was the main host. We had a whole lot of stuff going on in there. Great matches, great little sponsorships. Mike's Hard Lemonade, Snickers all over the place. Prime all over the place. Like whatever you wanted, it was going down.
Prime for sure.
It was going down all weekend. It's the bright lights, baby. Hollywood. But enough of me. You already know who you need to hear from. Our narrator, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Menace Red. Right from speed, baby.
So, like Pops just said, we had WrestleMania 39, one of the best WrestleManias in a very long time.
In a very long
Top
time.
to bottom was great. Both days were great.
Yes.
Let's just get right into it. Saturday, WrestleMania 39 opened up with the God, John Cena,
the God,
versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. How'd you guys feel about this match? That's it.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. Probably the biggest letdown on the card.
Ooh,
I'm not a fan of Austin Theory, but I was a little excited for the match because it's John Cena. You know, it should be a good match. We should be getting high quality, fast motion, like just an overall good match. And I feel like it wasn't that. I think it was honestly probably a good show opener because everything on the card's probably night 1, night 2, except Brock and Omos probably are better than this
Brock
match.
and Omos was better than this match. This is Menace Red speaking. Brock and Omos were better than John Cena and Austin Theory based on the expectations that we had.
I actually agree with that.
Is that a question or is
No,
that...
that's
That's a statement.
It's a fact.
Statement.
And I'm very disappointed. Like, I already didn't like Austin Theory, but this kind of made me dislike him more because what was that match for?
Wait a minute, though.
And the ending was horrible.
Hold on, not to interrupt you, but what made it so bad? Is it Austin or was it that Cena late? Like what was
It
it?
was just production as a whole. Like, match was slow moving.
Very slow.
It was very slow.
A lot of headlocks and sleepers.
Yeah, like that's not how you want to open WrestleMania. Like, it's Hollywood. Like, I don't think that should have been. That was kind of pre-show caliber, in my opinion.
Yeah, I understand we're trying to get Austin Theory over and everything like that, and what better way to get him over than to beat John Cena at the biggest show at the biggest time. But if John Cena wasn't ready, then someone should have stepped up and did that. Maybe Montez Ford could have been in that slot. Damian Priest didn't have a match. He's ready.
He should have been.
He's ready. But I guess it's not as big as a win over John Cena, but in the fashion that it happened, it's still
It's not even.
it's not even
big.
monumental.
Like, it was trash.
Yeah, but remember, Red, this is what I was nervous about going into this match. Obviously, you hear the name John Cena associated with the U.S. title. We already know what that means. That's big time. But the flip side to the coin is John he just been away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He been off doing other stuff. And sometimes when you off doing other stuff, I've heard Triple H allude to this a few times in interviews about, bringing back guys and things of that nature. There is something to once you get inside the square circle, and are you in that shape? Can you deliver on that stage? And so I just felt like maybe if John comes back and he's fully vested for 6 weeks, no doubt in my mind, that's one of the best matches on the card. Okay?
Right.
But because he's not vested and he has other, occupations, and it's understandable, it just didn't deliver the goods like it should have.
I don't know. I don't think John Cena was necessarily the issue. I just think I think it was an issue.
So you just really don't like Theory?
It's not about knocking him. It's just the match and like overall, I just think they're not compatible in the ring. Like, it just I don't know. It's like maybe not enough rehearsal time. I don't know. It just wasn't there.
This is what it was. John Cena didn't have the motor.
Yeah.
He didn't have. John Cena, honestly, like I know he's getting older and everything. He just didn't look as strong. I'm gonna say Austin Theory pretty much carried this match.
Yep.
What was there to carry? It wasn't good.
Austin Theory had all the moves. Every time John Cena built some momentum, it's a headlock, it's a sleeper, which are known as rest holds in TV wrestling.
Yep.
Which means guys take time to catch their breath.
Yep.
It's just I feel like Austin Theory carried. Anyway, good W for Austin Theory. I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Yep.
Hopefully we see John Cena back in better shape. Maybe 2 years, a year and a half. Next, we had a high-paced, action-packed match that actually exceeded expectations. Was Street Profits versus, they're not called Strokeshay. I was wrong. Wikipedia was really wrong. But Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Viking Raiders, who showed some amazing stuff in this match, versus Alpha Academy, the team of
Chad Gable
and
Otis.
Big
Otis.
Otis. I almost said Omos. Forgive me. But Pops, how'd you feel about this match? How'd you call it?
Yo, listen. First and foremost, shout out to my man Montez Highlight Ford. You know what I'm saying? Street Profits. They brought home the W. Shout out to them for that. I picked the Vikings going in, and I thought the Vikings were going to win it. But more than deserving to those guys. Street Profits did very well. I thought my boy Ricochet, Braun, thought we were going to see some highlights, and we did. We see some, like you said, high flying, fast paced, good stuff. Overall, it was a good match. I mean, I guess for me, I didn't understand what this match was all about as far as what's going to come. If you win, what would you get? So, but other than that, just to see 4 tag teams go at it, pretty good tag teams, it was a good match.
Yeah, it was a very good match. I had Street Profits going in, and they won. I was happy. Didn't Angelo Dawkins get that pin?
Angelo Dawkins got the pin, yep. What's crazy about this match actually is Ricochet had a lot of high moments, but we never got the full Montez Ford Ricochet moment in the match. We also really didn't see that much of Montez Ford besides the splash to win it, and it was still a great match. Like, it did everything it was supposed to do in that short. It was a really short match, but it was pedal to the metal, top to bottom, the whole match.
Yeah.
Next, we had Seth freaking Rollins in his best Brutus the Beefcake outfit versus Logan Paul representing Prime. How'd you guys feel about that?
Listen, first of all, Brutus would have never worn that red jacket. Never, ever would he have worn that.
The hot pink, whatever that was, that was straight out of the barber shop.
But Seth handled his business. Shout out to Logan Paul, man, for just his brand, the influencer that he is, showing out. I thought Seth would get the win. I picked him going in, and he got it. I did think that it would have been a little bit better, but I can't complain about that match. I thought that match, overall, it did its job. It did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, very entertaining. How'd you feel about it, Rick?
I thought it was a good match. Happy Seth got the win. I thought it was cool how they had the Prime bottle out. Great marketing. Just overall, the match, I was very excited for this match, and it didn't really disappoint me. I thought it was a good match. There's definitely some highlightable moments from that, and I'm just happy that Seth got the win.
Yeah, speaking of highlight moments, KSI being in the Prime bottle, getting splashed through the announce table.
Yeah, that was dope.
Very entertaining as well.
Sure.
And he played his part good. He stayed laid out until the match was over, and until the pin was called, which is good.
Also, Seth kicking out of that hook was great.
Yeah, Seth kicked out of the hook. It was a bunch.
Finally, because we were worried about that finishing.
Yeah, we definitely were. But overall, good look for Logan Paul as well. His contract was up at Mania. Maybe he resigned. I don't know what's going on there. He does want to box. He wants to box Nate Diaz, who's the UFC fighter. You know how they do.
Yep.
But as far as what he's done in WWE, good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Next up, we had the women's tag match with Damage Control challenging Trish Stratus, Lita, and the man Becky Lynch. How'd you guys feel about this one?
I don't think it lived up to the hype. I was a little excited for the match, and I didn't think it lived to what it was gonna be. You know, you just see Lita slowing down. Like, she doesn't look the same in the ring at all. It was very messy, a little botchy, this match. I don't think it was a terrible match. I just don't think it lived to the hype that I thought it was necessarily going to. It's a good win for Becky and Lita and Trish, and I'm curious to see how they're going to continue forth with their title reign with, like, Lita not looking so good.
I mean, how old is Lita? You know what I'm saying? She goes back. I'm still trying to figure out what is the point of this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but you just touched on it, Ricky Bobby, right? Clearly, she can't. It doesn't appear like she's going to be around for a long run. So if you take the chips off of the championships off of a young crew, right, in Damage Control, and you give it to this older crew, but it's like, how long is this run gonna happen? You know, I could have done without the match, and no disrespect to the Hall of Famers involved and potentially future Hall of Famers that were involved in this match, but I could have did without it. It didn't really do anything for me. It was more of a filler slot. But with that being said, it didn't hurt the card as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it hurt the card at all. I agree with it being somewhat filler. What I'm disappointed in this match, and I do feel bad a bit for Becky Lynch, because she kind of has to carry this whole thing. Like, Bayley is great, but as far as like the mic work and just overall, I guess, prestige in the division, I would say Becky Lynch holds that over Bayley. So Becky Lynch is a lot of weight on her shoulders. But and also what I was disappointed in is that Io Sky and Dakota Kai didn't really shine how they were supposed to in this match. It was more so about Lita. Lita got a lot of stuff off. Bayley didn't come in until really the end of the match. And still, Dakota Kai and Io were kind of afterthoughts, which this match should have brought out the most in them, like the men's 4-way tag match did. Because I was impressed with everyone in the men's 4-way tag, but this one just didn't live up to the hype for us. But overall, solid match. The legends still got it.
Right.
Next, we had a very interesting match, very entertaining match. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. How'd you guys call this one? This is great.
Yeah, it was definitely a good match. That I wasn't necessarily excited for that one, but I think that it played out very good, and I think that it was a very solid match. I was very impressed. I wasn't expecting Rey to get the win at all, at all. I was very shocked that he got the win, but I'm happy that he got the win.
Yeah, listen, shout out to the Latino movement right now in the WWE.
Yeah.
That whole match was heavy. Bad Bunny, ringside, Judgment Day come out, my man Damian Priest, LWO comes out, which was dope seeing those t-shirts running around. And I mean, it was a good match. I thought the young fella Dominic looked really good. I thought it was cool. And shout out to them for their entrances. I mean, like, Dom coming in the police patty and all that. I was like, come on, dude. But then you got Rey pulling up, with Snoop driving them through the lowrider. So it was pretty cool to see all that.
And they played Eddie Guerrero's music for a second too.
Yes, they did. So they really had it. They had it moving and grooving in there. And I was pleased with the work in the match. And I loved how everybody was able to get involved in it.
Yeah, that was great. I do like how you said, like, how the LWO came out, how Bad Bunny was on ringside. Bad Bunny was initially doing the commentating. Then at the end of the match, Dominic tried to cheat with the chain from Damian Priest's jacket, and Bad Bunny grabbed it out of his hand and allowed Rey Mysterio to hit that 619, which is great to secure that win. Overall, the segment was good. The whole Mysterio family got involved in that. Rey's daughter, Dom's sister, got a drink thrown on her. His mother slapped him in the face.
The slap that's heard around the world.
Yeah, Michael Cole was going crazy.
He was going in, bro. Shout out to Michael Cole.
Yeah, he's going crazy. He was standing up while he was calling that. Dominic was getting whooped in the corner. Overall, though, great match. Very entertaining. Like I would dare to say, look back, that's a classic WrestleMania moment. Everything that entailed the storyline, Rey Mysterio going to Hall of Fame, all of that was just great, and happy that was on night one. Now on to, I would call the co-main event. Some people feel like it should have went last on the show. Match, Royal Rumble winner Rhea Ripley versus the women's champion Charlotte Flair in a match for the ages. I'll let whoever wants to go first go.
I'll take it.
Woo!
It was personally it still was my match of the night. It was still a very impressive match, very great match. Dare I say, one of the best wrestling women's matches in history. Probably the best women's WrestleMania match ever. It was
you just said it wasn't one of your matches of the night. It wasn't.
I said best women's
so
match.
So that just speaks to how good this WrestleMania is, you're saying?
Yeah, like I'm saying.
All right,
but
keep going.
the next match we're going to talk about my personal match of the night. But it was a great match. I think Charlotte really pushed Rhea to the limit and kind of forced Rhea to show us some more moves. The ending to end the match, the Riptide off the top rope, was perfect. It was a great way to end the match. And at the end, when she hung the title, it sees a camera cut to Charlotte looking like a proud mom in the corner. But I think it was a very good match, very impressive match. So I can't wait to see what happens with Rhea's title reign as we go on.
Listen, man, I was so hyped watching this match. I'm ready to put my best Ric Flair impersonation on. I'm talking about WCW 1989 when I was styling, jet prowling, Rolex wearing. Like, that's how I want to get into it right now. Definitely, and let me say this with all due respect to my ones, my boys, they already know I'm an honorary one. Match of the night was certainly the women's SmackDown Women's WWE Championship match. That was the match of the night.
How can you be an honorary one and you're discrediting their match?
That was the match of the night.
He is.
First and foremost, that was the match of the night, okay? And let me say this. Rhea Bloody Ripley is going to be a great women's champion. I would not be surprised if she ends up getting the other belt and being the undisputed, but we'll see what happens as far as that goes. You know, Pops be dropping spoiler alerts all day, but staying focused on the WrestleMania, staying focused on the real championship match. Yo, it was great. And I thought Charlotte, as we mentioned before when we were talking about the build up to this, was that Rhea was going to have to take it, right? It was not going to be given to her. Hey, man, Charlotte took everything she was throwing at her and was giving it right back to Rhea. It was a great match. Also, they did a great job.
No Judgment Day interference at all.
Come on.
Rhea won that one straight up, fair and square, up and down. I'm going to piggyback off what you guys are saying. Yeah, great match. Greatest women's wrestling match in the history of WrestleMania. In contender for match of the night. As strictly wrestling, it is a match of the night, but there are other matches that are just as entertaining. I do like the finish a lot when Charlotte, they're going up to the top rope and Rhea hits that reversal and just stares in Charlotte's face. It's my time now. Hits the riptide off the top rope. Man, it was great storytelling, great wrestling. And the celebration was great at the end too. It felt like everything coming full circle. Yeah. Story ending. Yeah. Like this match had the story ending. We'll talk about night 2. But yeah, overall great match. Can't say enough about it. Shout out to Rhea Ripley. Excited what she's gonna do. Let's move on to the main event. First tag team championship main event in WrestleMania history.
Hold up. You don't want to talk about the co-hosts, Miz and Snoop, and my boy Pat McVeigh stepping up? And
is it worth
all that
Pat
other good
McPhee?
stuff?
You're right.
You gotta give Pat a shout out though. Pat all over the world, man. You gotta give him a shout out.
Pat is doing college football. He was a pro football player. He's doing a lot and still finds time to come back to WWE and really spark it. He's good on the commentary as well.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So
I think they did a great job of just involving the stars. I mean, they had the wide receiver tight end wide receiver Kittles there from San Francisco 49ers. They found a way to involve him in, Pat coming from out of nowhere. That was pretty cool. Snoop sanctioning the match. Like, they did a great job of kind of keeping the whole Hollywood thing, keeping people engaged that way. So I don't want to dwell too much on it. I thought it was just pretty cool and worth mentioning.
No, yeah, for sure. Because the Miz got, as a host, is he the first host to get beat up the whole WrestleMania? Like both nights, he got beat up by non-wrestlers, like by 3 or 4 non-wrestlers. But on to the only tag team match besides WrestleMania 1. That match featured Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. To main event WrestleMania, the first tag team championship match to main event WrestleMania. We had the Usos, the ones representing the Bloodline, versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. How'd you guys feel about this match?
Oh man, listen, honorary Uso right here. Feel me? Let's just say, great match. I thought my boys was gonna hold it down. You know what I'm saying? But let's just keep it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? We heard the Tribal Chief in the interview prior to WrestleMania, and just talking about how the importance of one win and we all win, right? That ain't so much about the end of the match, but that is about what we saw. They main evented both nights, bro.
Yeah.
And the Bloodline story continues. So it's very interesting. It was a great match. I mean, super kicks, humeral kicks, all over the place, you know what I'm saying? My man, Sammy, doing his best Hulk Hogan / Cactus Jack's impersonations and doing what he does in the ring. Congratulations to them for winning the match. It should be great going forward. I'm curious to see how this whole storyline going to continue to play out. But as far as the match went, definitely was a great match. With respect to my boys, the Usos, and respect to KO and Sammy and the whole story with that, I get all that. But I just felt like the match before that, to me, that was the match of the night. That match should have been the final match. But I get it though. I understand the business of it. I see it, and like I said, shout out to the Usos and shout out to the Tribal Chief. I see what you're doing, and I respect it.
I told you guys forever ago that the Usos were not going to win, and I'm happy that they didn't win. I'm happy that KO and Tammy were able to get that win. Thought it was a very good match. It was my match of the night personally. I enjoyed the ending a lot. Just like the whole match is very good to me, and I'm excited to see how their title reign continues forward. I'm excited to see how this Bloodline story continues forward with the Usos losing. I'm excited to see how that goes.
They'll pick them back up. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Usos are going to be involved in the main event scene for a while.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if they're going to pick them back up, but all right.
Just to comment on the match, it was a great match. The Usos were dominant from when the bell rang. Like Pop said, so many super kicks, double super kicks, single super kicks. It was crazy. Sami Zayn was getting his head knocked off. Kevin Owens as well. At the end of the match, KO hits a stunner. Sammy powers up, gives a great haluva kick. They have a callback to the War Games match when Sammy was holding Kevin in his arms when he first turned on him and joined the Bloodline. And now Jey Uso is in Sami Zayn's arms, and he's holding him up, just looking at him, throws him back in the corner, another haluva kick. They win the tag titles. It was a great celebration. And it's another great match on Kevin Owens' belt at WrestleMania. Another great match on the Usos' belt at WrestleMania. And it furthers the story of the Bloodline. It furthers the story of the Usos. It furthers the story of Sami Zayn. It's great wrestling content overall. Can't complain. And a incredible match. So yeah, that's all we got. WrestleMania 39, Saturday night 1. Crazy match. Crazy matches. Crazy card. It gets even crazier. For now, Babyface Heels Gang signing out. Make sure you like, comment, share, sub. We'll be here.
Babyface Heels, brought to you by Griffin Family Entertainment Network, whatever.